reflecting the full moon that we had on the weekend. My day has been really well. Thank you for asking. That after we did the full moon, setting the intention, getting clarity, ritual, energy has been shifted, like synchronicity happening. And all of a sudden, after that, soon after I ended the broadcast, got a call from my friend, and she was going to join her full moon, some sort of a gathering at the shrine. So she was asking me to get together after that for some kind of dinner. Oh, that's nice. So then I was like, that's interesting. It's like a spontaneousness all of a sudden. And, remembering that we got the flexible as an key aspect, so that, be open and flexible as long as I can be. And then all of a sudden, boom, I hung out with my friends and have friends, four of us together, late night meal actually. And then full moon was beautiful up there. It's been a long time since the pandemic trend is increasing in my neighborhood, which is the local region of island of Japan. So the urban city were very popular for the last couple of years, but not in the area that I am reside. So it's kind of isolation really seriously started this year, as on the first time like a small businesses are closing, and more of clusters are happening, and friend got COVID and then all that. It's like a really everyday life is related to COVID as a first time. So it's easily discouraged to get together. And since the area around me is elderly, most of the people, the community I am also with, it's like a family friend. So it's like I'm the youngest, so need to be really careful about that COVID. So that's part of the reason. And then wow, it's I was telling that if we plan to get together for this particular full moon night as a gathering, it's quite challenging to scheduling and then arranging and booking the restaurant in ahead of time. It's such a big hassle. But it's like, like are you gonna come? And hey, we are moving, going in your food. Are you gonna be joining? It's like, yeah, it's very spontaneous. And then had a great chat and meal and meeting new people. It's like, whoa, that's new, amazing. So, and then remembering what I intended letting go of, and then reviewing it, it's like, yeah, it's covering. So that quickly universe is responding as an asynchronicity. So that's what I was experiencing. And then over the weekend, that because of that spontaneousness brought joy. So it's like embodying joy and then extend, expand. And then I enjoyed full moon salt bath, which I do most of the time. But because of the summertime was too hot, humid and hot, not so much into that soaking into the bath. And but I thought, what? I really want to cleansing the energy physically. So the salt is really working with full moon energy to cleansing body, which I wanted to do. So okay, and then I do that. So I hi Caroline, and then I made the salt bath with the lavender, and brought some content to enjoy with the candles and icy cold water to enjoy. It was like, whoa, this is what I really missed it. I'm so blessed. Like, wow, this is really like nurturing my spirit, like a soul's vitamin for doing it. And then ended up like watching movie, like a 2 hour, and calories are becoming skinnier. But and one of the things I every summer to a hot spring, outdoor mineral hot spring. That's my thing that I really love to explore in the nature side, a hot spring mineral water bath. And then unable to do that for the last couple of years because of the pandemic. I mean, that's for everyone. And so, I'm not complaining about it, but I realize how much I almost forgot about that I really liked it in it. So this summer still, yeah, it's really lovely that when I was in California, every summer going to the Pacific Ocean, the Indian reservation site, like 1 hour out of civilization, no cell phone. Well, nowadays we have it, but PCH, and then just the edge of the Pacific Ocean, and then there is a huge mountains and forest, and then hot spring, the mineral tub, and it's in a spiritual retreat. So I go there every summer to just align in being part of nature, and I'm such a Pacifican girl. Yeah, you can come over. Now the exchange rate is pretty reasonable for Westerners. I'm not sure about the Australian dollars, but yen is decreasing the balance, so it's a good time to come visit, travel. Yeah, and in Japan, yeah, it's a perfect. I have a great association with nature, open air, hot spring since I was a child, and it still just give me aliveness. uh, yeah, it's very beautiful. In Japan, there's so many of places, but it became a touristy a little bit. But so each summer, that's my spiritual retreat, to be part of like naked being part of nature kind of spirit. um yeah, and then this weekend I really even at the home spa, just to entertaining a little bit, and it's just remembering this joy and blessing feelings, like treating my soul really nicely. It was like, okay, good. So I feel more like relax and open up, and that's a good thing to extend, expand. So right after the full moon ritual we did, synchronicity brought joy together with friends, and then that's really extending, expanding. You. Yeah, I haven't soaked into the ocean for long enough since when, I can't even remember that. When we are in California, we don't swim in the ocean. We just beaching, beaching and swimming in the pool, and that's what the deal is. Um, but yeah, it's when you're in Hawaii or some islands or beautiful coasts that are enabled to swim, not only a beaching, and then it's great cleansing, like body cleansing, and it's so much minerals and vitamin. We actually came from water, so it's reminding that alignment. Yeah, the swim in the ocean much. So that's something that I discovered, and remembering, realigning, like refreshing, rejuvenating. It's perfect to go with the Mercury is retrograding, so that's what I've been having since the full moon. So that was a great flow so far. So despite the Monday, I'm having a very slow, but it's very open, grounding kind of energy. So let's pick the card for our week to start. I could see myself from the video that more energy is grounding. For Moon Day, the Saturday that we did was like, I'm so like anxiousness. Energy is so anxious. Even still, the Queen Elizabeth grief energy is all over, and that brings emotional, still like overwhelming love and connectedness, the unconditional love, overwhelming. And but that's part of it. It just brought tears, overwhelming emotion, and yeah, that's good though. So the tears can cleanse and remembering our unconditional love that we all can share. Yeah, isn't it something? It just transition and amazing unconditional love, and what a wonderful role model as a human being, as a woman, as an leader, as a mother, as a grandmother, as a friend, as an that's such a wonderful human beingness. Yeah, we are so grateful to having her as a role model, as a woman living in like hey, 96 years old. Wow. Can you imagine yourself in her age and that gracefulness, and then a strong spirit though. It's like clear mind and has innocent spirit. All of us can sense it from her, presence. That's amazing. Mm, right. So every time she pops up from any kind of media, and then that really touches my heart so deep, and then emotional, it just overwhelms, and just tears comes out from love. Indeed. Indeed. So this is for all of us this week reminder. Uh, Healing fear. Healing fear. The fourth energy center, heart chakra, color green. It's literally the heart, lungs, and chest. In conjunction with fear is one of the basic five human emotions: love, joy, fear, anger, and sadness. The fear is about our focus is aligning to the future, unknown, and right now is lack of information. So that's the message of the fear is bringing. Hey, you may want to get more information around that particular situation or the things. And that's when we get the energy of fear, and then feed with the quality information, and to knowing that, and then using the creativity or logics or whatever to making sense, or to talk to the fear with the unknown future event at this time to be okay, and then get prepared, creating so many scenarios, a story that could be happening, and no need to be fear. We can get prepared for emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, whatever. So that's what the emotion, fear, is telling us that, hey, educate self with the quality information. In the heart chakra, it's the love, compassion, forgiving, caring, nurturing, oneness. That's what the energy center. That's a good energy center, by the way, for work on this week. So here's a healthy thought is with the help of a good coach, I can set goals and strive for success. This will lessen my pain, and make me feel more in control. With the help of a good coach, I can set goals and strive for success. This will lessen my pain and make me feel more in control. This is a very unusual reminder card, by the way. And the unhealthy thought is, I cannot tolerate pain and unpleasant feeling. That's unhealthy thought. Let's check what Dr. Mona Lisa needs to add on this. Healing fear. Hidden. $25. Fourth energy center. Whoa, this is a very long one. Okay. Very long. One of the leading causes of anxiety is being in emotional or physical pain. If we feel helpless in the face of pain, then anxiety can be overwhelming and disabling. There's a number of ways we can lessen the agony. The right brain has an exaggerated tendency to focus inward on emotions and intuition. That's right brain. Whereas the left brain focuses on outer world goals. So the right brain is intuition, inner emotion, and then the left is logic and numbers. That's the outward. Interesting. Inner world and outer world. That's so true, isn't it? Pain is part of our mind-body's intuitive guidance system that lets us know that something in our life is out of balance. Whether it's the emotional pain from depression, anger, fear, or physical illness. Every symptom is a form of intuition that signals us to change something. Like a deer in the headlights. If we allow ourselves to get paralyzed by fear and pain, we cannot create change in our lives. That's so true. Once we've pointed what needs to be done, pain can be alleviated. Taking control of our lives by creating change releases pain relievers called opiates that relieves anxiety and physical symptom. Isn't that interesting? That's a very scientific physician's point of view that creates opiate and relieves anxiety and physical symptoms. If we become paralyzed with panic in the face of distress, the pain becomes all pervasive. If the idea of changing a job or a relationship is overwhelming, we may have to find a psychiatrist, psychotherapist, or other coach who can help. By seeking out someone who is skilled and empathic, we can break up the goals into doable steps and are more likely to get started and stay on track. By creating goals in our lives and moving forward, we can survive and move beyond the birth pains to a new life. Is this something? So the change is always happening, and as a human being that we pretty much not so much liking to change, because familiar gives a comfort and familiar productive, feeling safe. But if we stay in there, and then what about the growth? What about the expansion? Is something new, and new involves unpredictable somehow in the future, and that is coming as a fear. Hey, I don't know what it's gonna be like. What we're gonna do when it happens, That's the fear about the future. However, that's a paradoxic that we can convert that energy into adventure, exciting, to go for a new experience instead of like fearful about. So that living in fear is allow fear to find in some place within us, and then some more painful and more unhealthy elements are remaining within us if we allow that to deal with. So this is very actually, maybe this is the first time I'm reading this. This is quite a new information. That's funny. I mean, I've been using this over 15 years, and this is a very rare card that I picked. But I'm so appreciated this card that Dr. Mona Lisa showed. Her profession is a physician and psychiatrist. So the science kind of how our emotion is bringing changes to the hormonal pattern, and that feed more anxiety and then create some unwanted negative energy into our body that ended up needing the medical attention. That's the worst scenario that is created. But so, and on the other hand, that to change our focus for a healthy way to deal with it, since we cannot avoid change, so that way to accepting change in some sort of ideal steps. And isn't that nice to have a coach? And that's one of the reasons that I really like to join a group work and workshop. The personal coach is good, but I found myself that I kind of manipulate the one-on-one guidance with the coaches, and then I disliking myself using my ability towards that not so much useful dynamic between me and the teacher of me and one-on-one kind of relationship. More of the group setting is to work with together by our own topic, and then support, discuss, and to do that is feeling more suitable for me. So whatever that, if you feel comfortable having a coach, personal session, or to therapist, or anyone that you can trust. That is good, but it's nice to have that, to know you where you are and where you are heading, to check in and making sure staying course. Unless otherwise, it's very difficult to accept a change in a healthy way. So again, the reminder, healing fear, the heart chakra. With the help of a good coach, I can set goals and strive for success. This will lessen the pain and make me feel more in control. The unhealthy thought is, I cannot tolerate pain and unpleasant feeling. Well, sometimes it's like visualizing when we are stuck in the middle of the mud, both feet are in there, and then unable to move, and then more and more you moved, and then more and more you're stuck in there. So need the help to get out of the situation. That is really needed. I think has to be the the productivity. Yes. Yeah. Um. To It's good to have the support outside when we feel we got stuck in somewhere. Yes. The finding the right fit, the coach is very important. Any kind teachers, and then never know until we walk together. So yeah, when you find it, that's really important. That applies to anything. Is the doctors or dentist or coach or therapist or the community. So that's a great point, Mel. So get the help to thrive. And then I think this portion caught my attention, that this will lessen the pain and make me feel more in control. So avoiding pain is not happening. It's like that. It says like birth pain, I think. Yes, it's very important to find the match. I totally agree. hmm So this is like no pain, no gain, which I really dislike in it. But the pain, how do you feel pain? I mean, how do you define pain? Is like, the good analogy is that when we work on the physical muscle and use the muscle to train in building it, and then we feel sore or changes underneath of our skin, and some people call it as a pain. It's like a sensation that we have, discomfort, uncomfort. But knowing that because we're training it, and then that it's reflecting it, it's a good thing, as long as knowing what you are doing, right? Where is the goal, and then worked on it. It's uncomfortable, but that's the part of it, getting there. So the learning curve, or like a pain, so it's a package to becoming something. The process is not always comfortable. um, that seems to be the earth nature reality, and the word pain is I call it as some discomfort sensation, that we call it pain. But it's a change is always like a resistance. So that's the human resistance. It's the natural part of ourselves. It's the defense mechanism that we are protecting ourselves with the familiarity. But the change is against the familiarity. So balancing that, and to maybe to have some scar or some stretches, that discomfort, but that's the growing part of ourselves. And then ideally the effective way to guide in it. So if you are knowing what you are doing and training, that's wonderful. But many cases that you don't know what you are doing and then going detour, then it's ideal to find a coach or therapist or the guide that help you navigate your path. But the most important thing is that you are the only one person knowing where you wanna go. No one can decide it. Even the psychics. I mean, even if the psychic identified it, hey, you want to go this way, but if you say no, you have a power to define where you want to go. So that's what it is. And the change is happening. It's the end is the beginning of the newness, and that's what the always changing happening in this universe. So this week's all of us reminder is feeding fear, the fourth chakra. With the help of a good coach, I can set goals and strive for success. This will lessen my pain and make me feel more in control. So more in control of knowing that this is gonna be good for greater good. Thank you for the heart. So Caroline, would you like to pick the reminder card for yourself for this week? Let me have the number between 1 to 10. 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. This is for you, Caroline. Healthy relationship. The first energy center, root chakra, color red. It's a 101. It's a safety, survival, foundation, community, feeling, being, belong to. That's what the energy center. So healthy thought first, unhealthy thought, and then let me scan your energy and come up with some reminder might be helpful for you this week, okay? The healthy thought is to change, grow, and expand in my life. I lovingly accept help. Interesting. It's like a continuing from the first collective reminder. Unhealthy thought is I'm not comfortable accepting help. It's easier to give than receive. Oh my goodness. This is a good reminder for all of us here, actually, Live Connector. Yeah, so let me go scan your energy. Yeah, this is like so you, Caroline. Yeah, it's I think it's a perfect time to be reminded to exercising for asking help. That sometimes it's very uncomfortable, especially like when you are changing and the community or the unit or the group that you felt as a family or very close might be giving you a different idea because you are changing and they're also changing, but not too many cases that we change in a similar direction, so that's why professional says that it's good to have the 3 different community and so then something happened, and then to remain in, and something happened here, and then you still have the feeling related, but it's all in the one basket, and then one happened, and then take it or leave it, no connection kind of a situation can be easily happening. So, and then that kind of things happens to me too. um I really love myself alone, but I like people, but not so much being in a socializing. I do if it's needed, but I think it's quite different from my nature. So, but to think about the human beingness as ourself, and there is a give and take. It's the balance, and support, and being supported, and that both way we must build the muscle to grow healthy. Yeah, that's a good reminder. So it's not good or bad, but it's ideal to use both sides, just like right brain, left brain, giving and then asking, and support and being supported. And we all have the easy way to use, like a lefty or right hand user. So it's nice to use the both as an take it as that metaphorically, and to exercise the balance to support, and if you are in a change and needing some new community, and then perhaps that new community might be an easier place to ask help, because we don't know that person. They don't know us yet. So it's easier to align in to new you, that person, new version of yourself, asking for support. And then people for years, like siblings and families, the biological family is they are the hardest, because they knew us, and knew for long enough. But we are changing. So starting from a new place, some new place to connect with the new sense of self. No need to go back, but the new reality you experiencing it, who is easy to receive, easy to be supported, easy to ask for help, and not so much giving, because naturally you are a giver. So, and then to building that muscle might be worth discomfort sensation called pain to the next level. I'm sending healing and power to new you, that to finding the new aligned community that is the openly asking, even that they perceive you as a demanding, needy person. Whoa, if that's the case, I give you a big pause. Thank you for allowing. You're never gonna be the needy person. I know that that's against your nature, but if you feel like you are pretending like that one, and maybe that will give you a good matching balance for giving and receiving, and asking and being asked. I'm telling to myself that I got to ask. That let's exercise asking for support. Oh, I've been exercising here, and I am needing the help for dissolving the cyber homelessness after the Periscope and Haps, and then needing some new platforms. And if you have any information about the new platform, please let me know. That help me dissolving the feeling cyber homelessness. But I'm here connecting with you, really supportive, and thank you for that. So that's a little muscle stretching for me to asking support, and amazingly supportive, you guys giving me informations. Oh, that would be great. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you. So, in ahead of time, I'm an Android user, so unfortunately cannot join the iOS platform community. So that's that's not fun. But yeah, thank you. So Mel, would you like to pick the reminder for the week? Yeah, and then something really cool reminded me through the after the full moon and synchronicity and over the weekend came to my experience is that we can embody some joy. 7. Okay, 1. We can expand joy and bring that joy into different area of our life. You know, when in case of me, it's like I realized that joy connecting friends and knowing new people and joy of in-person gathering brought me to, joy of my home spa, and it's a different area, but it's just that joy to, ignite and to more joy and to bring in new energy, better energy, ideal energy to beingness. So Mel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, here's your card for this week, Mel. Healing sadness, second energy center, the sacred energy center, color orange. That's the one-on-one relationship, emotions, water sign, and creativity. That's what the energy center. And here is the and then healing sadness. Sadness is one of the 5 human basic emotions: love, joy, fear, anger, and sadness. The sadness is the other side of the coin of anger. How come it's not happening, or in the way that I thought it would be, or how come it's happening in this way? That's anger, or sad, because that's misaligning to I thought it would be. Most of the case, not all the time. So here is the healthy thought. I love and honor both the times I am alone as well as at the times I have loving support. Seems like a support is the key word for this week here. Okay, unhealthy thought is I feel empty and alone unless I am with someone. So let me go scan your energy. The second energy center, the color orange I'm wearing orange, is a one-on-one relationship, intimate relationship, partnership, any kind of partnership. Okay. I like the way that you are willing to put in yourself first as mostly like you care others as a higher priority next to, and then yourself. But I like the way that you are really taking care of yourself, your needs more than before. And then that actually giving you, asking you to adjust into any relationship because the priority has been changing, and then I think you're on the right path for that. So it's a matter of adjusting based on your new you. The relatedness around you must be changed. So trusting yourself that you are on the right path, and then adjusting is always, give some sensation, a good sensation or like a sour sensation. But as long as you knowing that you are taking care of yourself, self needs, self trust first, and then it's gonna give you, it's gonna give you the okayness, getting familiar with the way that you balance it until it comes in a new discipline. People react to because they knew you from the past, but now new you is not fitting their way seeing you. So that's natural. And just send the love, and to perhaps the sense of humor is a good solutions for massaging that newly establishing, adjusting relatedness to the world or the people around you. And then again, the Queen Elizabeth, her sense of humor is such a wonderful role model to changing it with a little bit of laughter, very intelligent, like a humor to bring some joy, laughter to affirming that you are growing or your spirit is becoming taller. So you are supporting that growth, and then they need to be aligned as the way you line the duck for the next step. I'm sending the healing, and actually this is a sign that you are doing good job on your creation, Mel. So keep up the wonderful job, and we got your back. And more and more you allow that to discipline, more and more the ideal dynamic is gonna be taking place. Thank you for allowing, Mel. Thank you. So these cards that we got is very unusual card. That kind of give me a sense that we are shifting into a new, new whatever, the chapter or the phase or era. Yeah, I would say so. Exactly. More evolved. Definitely. And then also the season is changing, that we are into the autumn season. We're going to do the autumn season energy circle. And Australia is getting into the spring season, right? Seed out. And autumn is the harvesting. And the Mercury is retrograding. Organizing. Right. So yeah, that's and then this is a perfect time to review, reset, realign, define, everything to do with the Mercury retrograde. Um, so I'm rebuilding my cyber home. and having your support and asking for help. That anyone who's viewing the play, if you got any suggestions on platforms for live streaming or community that you think may be suitable for me, please let me know. I am totally open to check it out and appreciate your support. So let's connect the energy as one energy before closing here. And I think as a collective energy, it's energy of grief viewing from Queen Elizabeth's transition, and this emotional time to bring all these love and whatever comes up, because it's easy hot energy, it's so powerful, easily overwhelming emotionally. So let us use the emotions wisely for your own creation, your own gratefulness, because we reflect one another, mirroring each other, what you feel being part of collective, because you have that within you. So something is coming up, and what you need to do is the safe space allow you to cry deeply. That is bringing a cleansing, amazing cleansing, to tears, to cleanse all the souls and spirit and all these emotions. Deep, cry deeply. It's such a healing, and then perhaps for some people that these opportunities are given easily. So use that wisely. Or some people just are noticing love, unconditional love, and then reviewing the way that how do you wanna share your unconditional love for the life in front of you, from now on, for the next stage. So these using whatever come to our awareness as our healing opportunity or cleansing opportunity, cleaning up the opportunity, organizing opportunity, create the space to welcome new. That's something we can be conscious about, and then allow our consciousness to wisely use that opportunity once it comes, become emotional, and then find a place to cry. Or if you want to share love, and then find a place to express in it. So that's something that I think it's wise, especially this week, because we're going to be connecting many of these energy in the collective, being part of field energy. So that's even if you unconsciously being with that, but still affecting, just like a moon energy, as a big energy, we're being part of it, and then we reflect it consciously, unconsciously. So idea is to use it consciously. So let us connect our energy by consciously breathing in deeply from the nose, and then in taking all this fresh energy into our body, and let that out slowly, and create the space within us, in your body. Ready? Let us take a long, deep breath, counting 3, 1 now, 2, 3, hold it, keep it. Do you hear crickets outside? Very active after sun goes down. So the next one, inhaling from the nose and then exhaling, saying ah, and let all out the old self, the patterns, event, people, dialoguing, no longer serving everything with the out. Ready? Let's go. The last one is to connect our energy, and when we're exhaling, let us help one another create within us to having changes. So more space, receiving the newness, more aligning to our chosen experience. So we support one another when we exhaling and then create enough space for each of us. Ready? Let us take a long, deep breath in. Thank you for joining. Thank you, the brave viewer, joining if you're still watching here. Let us create exciting week and noticing what comes as a synchronicity and noticing what we allow newness taking place in this co-created space within us. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Caroline, for the hearts and your live presence. I truly grateful for connecting you, starting this new week. You have a wonderful night, day, week, and I see you when I see you on Wednesday, actually. Bye. Thank you. Thank you.